My signature assignment was in a course called the graphic novel originally. Now it's called Reading Comics, and I've been teaching it since 2017, so it's a fairly recent course. This assignment is called a 6-panel story, and what students actually have to do is write a comic strip. They can go over 6 panels, but 6 panels is a minimum, and they're responsible for showing that time is passing, that something's happening in the strip, and that it tells a very short story. Part of the assignment is for students to write a brief reflective essay discussing how they approached the assignment and how the results matched up with their expectations and sort of what they learned from about our subject matter from doing this assignment. So that's built in. And I also think there's a lot of reflection that happens during the actual construction of the story. A lot of them use online I guess models or references for drawing things, and also thinking about how comic strips are laid out and things like that. So I think it crosses boundaries in that this is a course partly or mostly focused on reading and treating graphic novels and comics as a kind of literature. And this pushes students to think about what the creators of the text that they're reading have had to reckon with. They know that a lot of these texts have taken their creators years to fully flesh out in terms of art and text. And so when they're in the driver's seat, understand a lot more, I think, about what it means to write a graphic novel or a comic, how much real thought is involved. I think that students would benefit if they've had previous exposure to graphic design, to math, various things that are involved with actually laying out a comic, if they've had other literature courses. And this is sort of an indirect answer, but I think that the more they've been sort of versed in different CAS subjects, the easier time they're going to have with this assignment. Although most of them say it's not easy at all. So it's absolutely seeing the finished products. We have one day toward the end of the semester where everyone puts their 6-panel story up on the screen, and they talk about it a little bit, and we have food, and it's just really fun. And the levels of creativity you see are absolutely just super impressive. I feel like they have to grow doing this assignment. Even if they're good artists already, they're having to reckon with a set of limitations and find ways to deal with it. And I've found that the majority of them are sort of surprised by how resourceful they've been able to be as they tackle this assignment. So it's hard to say how that translates to future life, but I hope that it makes them a little less timid about approaching certain kinds of assignments. I tell them from the beginning that you're not going to be graded on the quality of your artwork. I think it's important that they aren't completely intimidated by that part of the assignment, but then it does turn their focus into other design directions and things like that I think have to be beneficial for them down the road.